Whoops, you have to put the Brickster stick in your mouth down at the jail. Whoops. Oh, well, that was interesting.
Hello there, chat. Sorry about that. These preamble videos get harder to pick every single time. And since I was reliving my childhood while watching a Lego Island documentary, I remembered that this video existed, so I decided to play it. It's only vaguely fucking related to what we're doing today because, you know, doing things brick by brick and sucking dick is what Globie does very well. And they also shit bricks, so, you know, it's thematically, it's very thematically involved in all of this. And today is going to be a doozy because it's one of those stories that just happened overnight. Like, VTuber drama is just like that. Like, it either lasts for a very long time and people get reminded by it on social media. There's always going to be that one guy, like me, for example. It's going to remind everyone how someone fucked up and why it's worthy reminding everybody why they fucked up and why you have to remember history not in order not to repeat it. Or you can have that kind of VTuber drama that just passes by and, you know, only few people noticed. There was a little bit of a hubbub about it, and then it disappears as if it's never fucking existed. And Globie, the VTuber agency owned by Brave Group, is probably one of these types of dramas where something extremely bad happens, something that is quite representative of smaller VTuber agencies just fucking dying overnight. Like, VTuber agencies you haven't even heard about before. And then the only reason you actually know about them is because something imploded in them and they decided to close down. And then everyone is so very fucking sad. Oh, how could this have happened? Where were the signals? Where the signals were there, but nobody fucking watched them. So nobody fucking noticed. That's how it always is. Globie, a little bit bigger than that though. Still not that prominent. Brave Group is quite prominent. Brave Group is pretty fucking big, considering what they own and who they deal with. But Globie in itself, very small VTuber agency, existed since 2023 or even 2022, don't remember correctly. But they've been around. I do believe they have like four generations of VTubers thus far. I irregularly watch one of them. That is Bonnie Barkswell. She's pretty entertaining. I watched her previous identity, so I followed her into this new one. And apart from what happened with a different agency under Brave Group, or rather two different agencies currently under Brave Group, I do not believe they were involved in any kind of major happenings that would be considered drama, or even dramatic for that matter. So this came as a surprise to a lot of people. Well, probably not a surprise to people that were actually in Globie itself. But, you know, before we get into today's topic, let me get some music up. Won't be playing too long because we have lots of video clips to go through. And I do mean lots of video clips from the two talents that were involved in this whole fucking mess. But again, let me get the music down and then we can talk some more about this. In time, always a good choice for background music. So you may be wondering, like, what the fuck happened? Like, what is Globie? What are the talents that were involved in it, and how were they involved? Well, as I already explained, Globie, a smaller VTuber agency, 4 generations of VTubers in it, I do believe, and a bunch of people inexplicitly got fired from it in a very short message that nobody was happy about. But before all of this, let me show you a little thing here. Here are the members of Globie. What ties them all in with one another is that Globie members all have some kind of animal characteristic to it. There's a running theme going on there. All VTubers under Globie are either have animal features or are somehow related to something from the fauna. And this is a couple of them here. You have your Generation 1. And I bet some of you that watched Face Connect recently know of Pippa Pebblesworth. Yes, the other Pippa. They call her the Blue Pippa. She had a major collab with Pipkin Pippa of Face Connect, the other bunny, the other funny bunny. And then she graduated. Which was known for a long time that she's going to be graduating. And as you can see here, a generation that's missing almost half of its talents there. Not a very good look. But Pippa Pebblesworth was one of the more notable ones from Generation 1, and she's pretty much gone. Together with the other two, which they graduated earlier than that. You have Generation 2 called Equinox, and this is where the one I watched called Bonnie Barkswell, there she is down there next to Alicia Delanto. And yeah, nothing too notable about them, at least to the point where the recent drama happened. I'm gonna be a little bit involved in this one, but only by making statements about what happened. Pretty vague statements, which is understandable considering their company is imploding and they themselves don't really want to implicate themselves in all of this. Because, you know, why attract negative attention to yourself when everything else is already burning down? You don't want to catch on fire like everyone else is. And then we come to Generation 3. This is the latest generation. I took this screenshot from the VTuber Wikia before Square Mimi and Olilu Lulu actually got terminated from the company. Their names would be grayed out here. But, you know, as is with smaller VTuber agencies, even the wikis about them are slow to update, unfortunately. But yeah, these two girls are involved in what happened yesterday. And 2 days before, I believe. It's already been that long. Time passes by really fast. And where does this all begin? Well, it begins with a few tweets. First one, directly from Square Mimi, as she makes this last post on her corporate account as Square Mimi. Sluggies, which is her fandom name. Something's happening. I'm scared. Which is already, you know, very concerning. Especially if you make it on your corporate job account. Normally, some people would treat that as a joke, but this joke clearly and very fast turned into something more sinister. As Square Mimi had to go to her alternative account to who she was previously as a VTuber, and that's Hobo Barbie. And she made a few other concerning posts, which I'm gonna read here. Feel like I'm gonna fucking throw up. What is happening? Please help me. And then people, of course, got concerned and started asking questions. What do you need? I can get the crew. I've been logged out of everything. Discord, Twitter, email. No reason. I'm having a panic attack and I don't know why they've done this. By them, they mean globie. Why has globie done this? You can see here. People are completely in the dark. As well as the people that were actually fired from the jobs are also in the dark. So what the fuck is happening? Well, there's more. And then Hobo Barbie actually replied to her own post as Screamy that she made before. Saying once again, please help me. And then the conversation continued. Okay, let's take a step back. Authentication gets removed from time to time, especially in corporate stuff such as email accounts and whatnot. Old passwords still working? You have staff contacts that you can still use? No, nothing is working. They changed my passwords less than an hour ago. I was asleep and woke up to being spammed messages and now everything is gone. Everything. It's even more concerning. And then globie comes out with an official statement, which doesn't help and just sets everything else on fire once again. Official statement from globie. We regret to inform you that after careful consideration, we've made difficult decision to part ways with Olilulu and Square Mimi. We'd like to thank Olilulu and Square Mimi for their time with globie and appreciate the support they have received from their fans. We understand this news may be disappointing. We appreciate your understanding and continued support. And signed with globie's management. To which Hobo Barbie, of course Square Mimi, replies with, I woke up to being spammed with messages by management and now it's all gone? I didn't do anything. This is insane. And then she continued, why have you done this? I haven't done anything. And then the conversation with Golden Elm continued. Kinda effed up. Why can you reach? I'm trying to find any of your mods awake. I can't reach anyone. Please help me, Gold. And then other globies, upon seeing the news, they all have also responded because, you know, it's quite concerning to them as well. And there, here's Rhubarb and Custard. No stream today, guys. And then something even more concerning happens as Hobo Barbie, during her session of having a panic attack, actually hosted a Twitter space, which we're gonna listen to. And I have to warn you, chat, this is, if you are very weak to listening to people in extreme distress, you have been forewarned, because that's what you're going to be listening to right now. And it's quite understandable considering what has happened to someone that has been in this company for a very long time and that has just lost their job without any prior explanation. So let's have a quick listen to it. This is a little bit of a 10 minutes long. Just let me get this up, and then you can listen what VTuber agencies do to people's mental health. Hold up. Let me get this louder so y'all can listen. All right, let's go.
Hello. Hello. Hi. I don't know what's happening. I've just been locked out of everything. I don't know what's happening. I can't remember my fucking password for my PL. Hi, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. I literally woke up like an hour ago. And I've just been locked out of everything. I don't know what's happening. I can't even remember how Twitter Spaces work. Hi. So I guess I'm indie now. Hi. So I got an email at 7. I got a message by one of my managers at 7 p.m. last night asking if I could join for a meeting, and I didn't see it until like 2 a.m. and I asked what the meeting was for, and then I didn't sleep until like 6 a.m. and I woke up at like 10 to 11, which, by the way, they wanted to meet me at 11. I woke up at 10 to 11, and they said they were spamming me, saying like, we need to meet, and I said like, I need a reason for this meeting, please. I need at least 24 hours notice. It hadn't even been 12 hours. I don't. Yeah, I've been fired. I just lost my job. I don't know why. I don't know why. I've not done anything wrong. I've been trying so hard. I've been trying so hard to be a good worker. I don't know what I've done wrong. Please help me. Please help me, please. I don't know what I've done. I guess I'm anti-no. I don't know. I've not done anything. I fucking hate globie so much. Adora, please block me on Discord. They're gonna see our messages together. Please block me. Please delete your messages. I don't want you to be in trouble too. I'm so sorry about this, guys. I don't know what's happening. I fucking hate globie. I hate them so much. I don't know what's going on. I know it's probably a terrible idea for me to just jump on his face and cry, but I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm having a panic attack. I'm so sorry. I should probably end the space. I'm so sorry. Shubi, please block me on Discord. Please block me on Discord and delete your messages. I don't want you to get in trouble because of me. They've just deleted me. They've just signed me out of everything and changed all my passwords. Literally, it's not even been an hour and they've changed my passwords and everything, and they haven't even given a reason. Shibi Adora, please block me. Delete your messages, cover your ass. I don't know what's happened. They've given me no reason. They've signed me out of everything. I don't know what to do. Thank you to people joining. Sorry that I'm just crying. This is probably really fucking stupid, isn't it? Just know that I fucking hate globie. I hate Briv Group. They've put us through so much shit. Not just me, but Lulu too. Everyone at globie. Everyone. Thank you, Kuri. Thank you, Shibi. I don't know what to do. I feel like I've just lost my career. I've been trying so hard. I've been doing my best, but that wasn't enough. Should I end the space? I don't know what to do. As I've said before, I'm very much a lurker. And whenever I've seen stuff like this happen in the VTuber sphere, I think people are always like, "Oh, why are they crying? Why so publicly? Why are they complaining so publicly?" But I don't have anyone. I don't have any friends. I don't have anyone. Do I have another Discord? I do, but I can't remember the password. I'm just terrible with technology. Like, listen, I should end the space. I've been told I should end the space by a friend. Just Just know, Slookies, that I love you all very much. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this. They haven't just know that they haven't given me a reason. They haven't given Lilu a reason. They've just they've done this with everything. I've not said anything internal, so legal wise, I feel like my ass is covered at least. But yeah, all I've said is that I got a message about a meeting at 7 p.m. and that's it, and that I don't know what's going on. Just, I don't know. Thank you for listening, even though the majority of this has just been me crying. But yeah, hi. This is Squirmimi. I don't even know if I can be called Squirmimi anymore. But hi. This is my past life account. If you wanna follow me here, I guess. Thank you for being there, and for I love you all. I'm sorry if this is the stupidest thing you've ever listened to, because I'm sure it is. But I'll try to talk to you all later, I guess. I don't know. Thank you, and I hope you all have a good me morning. I hope you all have a good me morning, and I grab a of your day. And thank you again for listening to me. Bye. Oh yeah, Simi.
And as you have heard, it's very concerning to the point where Squirmimi, Hobo Barbie, had a full-blown panic attack, ended with hosting this Twitter space. Later on, that was followed by a stream that went a little bit deeper into what may happen, and I'm going to be exploring that too, because we have two accounts here, both of Squirmimi and of Little Lulu, and both of them pretty much had a stream simultaneously, separately, but still at the same time. And they went into the troubles they encountered within Globie, and what may have triggered the ire of management that ultimately resulted in them being fired. So let's explore that a little bit more. But first, here's a few other reactions from other Globie talents. Here's Sarugako Leon Jr. No stream today, guys. I hope you all well and please take care. Monkey bless. Much love to y'all. I'll also be postponing my cover. I'm very sorry. Here's Alicia Del Lontano. Guess the collab plant is cancelled? What? Well, I surely did not expect this while on shift. And Alicia here was supposed to have a collab with one of the terminated talents, but you know, since Globie is such a good company, they didn't tell anybody about anything, even the fired talents. Even the fired talents had to try to figure out, had to magic the reasoning for their termination themselves. So of course, third parties, let's call them that, even though they're still VTubers of the same company, even the ones that are involved, you know, like collabing with the two girls in some fashion, they didn't know what the fuck was going on. Lines of communication not existing at all. And then Globie's Globie's official statement about Little Lulu's termination as Mimi's termination got community noted, which is a mark of retardation. And it said, the talents behind the VTubers claiming that they were locked out of their corporate accounts. The management informed them they were fired effective immediately due to multiple breaches of contract. What those breaches were, we're gonna get into later, but you won't be getting satisfactory answers. That's what I'm already spoiling you for. Here's another globie talent, Kohaku. Like many other VTubers, streaming, gaming, and comedy have always been my escape. So I've decided to stick with my stream schedule. I am live now. Please understand if I'm a bit less talkative at first, and please refer to this quoted post, thank you. And in it, there's, in situations like these, please remember to talk to management directly, not myself or fellow talents. Well, you're gonna see that talking to management is quite difficult, since they don't even respond to their own talents, but again, we'll get to that. Please don't bring it to streams, especially Generation Freeze. It's already been a rough day for them, so please just offer words of care for them. If anything, thank you. And then he links his stream. And there's another one from Alicia. Well, no more work for me today. I'm going home because I'm fucking trembling. It's lucky enough that someone can cover for me. Not in the mental state for gorillas, sorry. Is Maeve Moraven? I'm really sorry, I know I just got back, but streams are postponed or cancelled entirely this week. I cannot function right now, so please don't ask me about my streams and what's happening with them. So you see, it's not only the people that got fired that, got to be in turmoil. Everyone, almost everyone to some degree, that's under globie has certainly felt it. And it's no wonder that they scared, because if you can already see it, there's a running theme of people not knowing what the fuck is happening within the company itself. And there's a good reason for that, and you're gonna learn this very soon. And then, here's Sealy, which you may know as the fired talent Little Lulu. She of course also went on her PL account and said the following. I asked to graduate after the disrespect you showed me continually and ran after you for days while being ignored, and I'm suddenly gone without any conversation or time or reason. Good job on breaching your own contract. And then after, all of the shit has been happening, after the 2 streams that we're gonna be partially watching via clips that I made happened from the 2 terminated talents, globie kind of doubled down on some shit and said this. As a further announcement following on from the previous post, unfortunately, Reina, Rhubarb, and Maeve's one-to-ones this weekend will also be postponed, with Boney still proceeding as planned on both the 1st and the 2nd March. So, as your company is imploding, it's a good fucking idea to, do all of this shit at the same time and try to continue as normal. And personally, I think it's also a great fucking idea to terminate 2 of your talents as you're having community-driven events happening at the same time. People surely won't be fucking talking, and their attention won't be diverted to something like that. No, they're just gonna be continuing and watching streams as if nothing ever happened. That's some logic right there from the Golden Company globie. Refunds will be issued to those who have purchased tickets for Reina, Rhubarb, and Maeve. You will not need to take any action. Again, sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused, and we'll update with further news on rescheduling soon. And then lastly, upon, some talents announcing that shit has hit the fan, they made another announcement to the fans of Sarah Lucretia. Luceria or was it Lucretia? I don't know. I think it was Luceria or something. But another globie talent. And they had this to say to her fans. Hey there, serotonins. We'll be postponing Sarah's one-on-ones. They were scheduled for today, 28th February 2025. At her request to look after her health and well-being. She wants to be in the best health to give the best experience for her fans. The fans will be issued to those who have purchased tickets and you will not need to take any action. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this may cause to those who have been looking forward to Sarah's one-on-one today. Please be sure to send her all of your love and best wishes. Green heart emoji. And as far as I've seen, as far as I've been watching this account, Lobby's official account, we had no further communication regarding anything. But before all of this, before these two announcements on the 28th, yesterday, there were those two streams that happened from the terminated talents to PLs. And I made several clips of both of them. One had a stream that I believe was like almost 6 hours long. I recorded most of it. I've been recording actually as this thing was unfolding. I was recording 2 of their streams live using YouTube DL, and recording that from Twitch is a little bit iffy, especially since those streams were live. A lot of corruption usually happens when you download it in such a fashion. It usually relates to audio. Sometimes there's some things missing, but I got most of it, and the relevant parts where both of them talk about their experiences within globie have been luckily preserved, and I clipped them to present to you all, and I even named them after what the particular talents are talking about in those clips. So we're gonna be watching every single one of those one after the other. We're gonna be starting with Little Lulu's confession, or rather testimony at this point. Her as Seely, her previous identity as a VTuber. So let's get those out and let's discuss what has been happening. I'm gonna be telling you all of the names of the clips that I took from all of this. I've been also uploading what I've managed to download from 2 of these streams on separate accounts, so you guys can watch those in full if you so wish. I do know that at least Seely's VOD from that stream has not been saved. At least it hasn't been saved by Seely herself, to my knowledge. I know there are other people out there that, archive this sort of stuff that may have, and I have also done that. The problem with that is that it's a really large file, and I have been uploading it all day, and considering it's kind of a little bit corrupted, because once Twitch ads get into the way of the recording, it kind of fucks up the audio to a degree, and also fucks up the whole file in general. So when it gets uploaded, to my understanding of it, the corruption kind of seeps through it, and the upload can get fucked by it. So the longest stream by Seely is at the moment still uploading. Actually, let me check at what point it actually is. It's actually done. It's about 70% done, and I have been uploading it since yesterday. So my upload speed is decent, but again, since these files are kind of fucked, where I am uploading them to is kind of doing it very slowly, trying to eat through all of the fucking data corruption, I imagine. So otherwise it wouldn't be uploading so slow. But again, I'm just explaining what has happened to these files, but yeah. Let's get to those clips. Again, starting with Seely, who was Lilo Lulu, a French VTuber. Starting with the first clip, let me reduce the volume of the BGM so we can listen to it. And again, I have to apologize for the quality, especially of the audio of these clips. But by recording, for whatever fucking reason, at least of Seely's stream, decided to record it in mono. So if you're gonna be listening to sound from one of your headphone sides, that's on the recording. You don't have to adjust your own headphones or anything like that. That's just the way the quality of this shit is. So I do have to apologize for that at least. So here's Seely clips from all of this. I cut out a lot of the material where they were talking about things that weren't related that much to their activities within globie. And, you know, to spare you seeing these women in great distress, I also cut out the parts where they were, you know, most of the parts where they were clearly, you know, breaking down mentally. And, you know, I'm here to present information. I'm not here to, you know, put a show with crying women in and, you know, make them look vulnerable to people. It's not my intention here. I'm here to present you with the information that I have given about the globie. So let's start off with the first clip. I called it Contracts and PR. Let's watch that. Again, audio. Make your try to make the volume of the stream as high as possible because they are very quiet clips. And Seely has a very thick French accent. And sometimes it's hard to hear what she's saying.
Contracts are extremely difficult to draft when you hire international people. And on Tom Nook Island, people from everywhere come.
And to do a little bit of clarification, referring to globie and referring to her managers, she's going to be using Animal Crossing terms for legal reasons, you know, in order not to get into trouble if they do decide to give her trouble for whatever reason. So when she says Tom Nook, she's referring to both globie as well as her managers. And when she's going to be referring to Isabel as well, that's also part of the management. Just for a clarification.
As I told you, usually when you have international contracts, the law of this contract is not going to supersede your country's law. It doesn't mean that the rest of the contract is void, of course. It just means that some parts don't go with your country's law. So, now, what if Tom Nook forgot about Isabel's contract? What if Tom Nook, while moving Isabel around from point A to point B, messed up? So you see, it goes, you know, it goes very, very deep. There's so much, but that's only for one person, of course. Let's see. Oh, perfect. You know, on Tom Nook Island, you have a lot of things, and I think the most disrespect I've ever heard was, you know, Ed. You know, I think in Japanese the name is Izano Homare, the blue horse. Don't think I'm ever going to like that character ever again. I'm definitely not going to let him be on my island ever again, that's for sure. Definitely never going to let that one on my island. I'm not sure there's going to be bottoms. If you are worried about inconveniencing someone else, just knows that the slip of paper you've seen has only been distributed to me.
She's referring to a very specific thing she was told to sign before she got terminated. Let's take a look what she's referring to, because that's extremely important to all of this. And really something that turned heads. Here's the screenshot of it. That didn't get saved, unfortunately, in the thing that I recorded, but as I was watching the stream, I managed to screenshot it at least. So here it is. Let me zoom in on it real quick. Hold up. Okay. I'm gonna hide you for a moment, chat. And here's the slip. Here's the document that she got to sign before she got terminated. Confirmation letter to Brave Group Europe Ltd. I hereby state that I understand and regret the great inconvenience I have caused your company through my actions. And I hereby pledge to the following. Number 1, I realize that I have behaved disrespectfully toward your company, and I promise never to do anything similar in the future. Number 2, I have never had ties to anti-social forces, and I promise not to have any in the future. And if you're asking yourself, chat, what the fuck does that even mean? And how is this related to VTubing? Well, Lilu Sealy is going to be explaining that very soon to you. Because that's probably one of the most retarded things that is included in all of this drama. You'll be surprised how incompetent the managers at globie actually fucking are. To the point that you'd actually call them mentally ill. I'd call them mentally ill, but because anyone that believes the shit that's mentioned in point number 2 has to be, in an asylum at least. But point number 3, I consent to your company immediately terminate the contract if I cause any similar trouble in the future. And number 4, I shall not disclose any information regarding the contract or this matter to anyone, including close relatives and friends. Furthermore, I shall not leak any information regarding this contract or this matter, including the content of this agreement, to the internet, YouTube, Twitter, or any other SNS or any other media. SNS is short for social media stuff, like platforms and shit like that. And the signature, printed name, date of signature. So essentially, they wanted to, her to grovel, like apology juice. You have to offer globie apology juice, otherwise you're getting fucking fired. And she did get fired because she didn't want to sign this stuff. She wanted to graduate herself, but couldn't because she couldn't get a handle on the fucking managers that were supposed to be in charge of her after the shit that she experienced within globie, which we're gonna get to in the later part of the clips. And this document was pretty much, no, I'm fucking out. It's pretty insane, and it gets even worse the longer she explains. Let's continue with the clip.
So it's very easy to track that I'm the one who showed it off. Anyway.
It's funny that some of you guys are referring to Niji Sanji in this, because believe it or not, Niji Sanji, any color is actually going to be relevant to all of this shit, and it's in a very funny manner as well. But we'll have to get to that too.
how bad was Tom Nook Island's builders? I would say that Tom Nook is not very straight with its workers, its villagers, when it comes to many surfaces. And you know, for Tom Nook to build a beautiful island, you need.
By the way, Brave Group Brave Group Europe is located in London. So whoever was managing her was apparently from London, but we don't have that much detail on these people as far as where they actually hail from. But their company quarters apparently is in London, England.
Outside help. You need artists to build beautiful structures. You need artists to build beautiful rivers and the likes. You know, it takes quite a lot to make an island. If you mistreat your staff building your island and you forget to pay them, it's kind of an issue.
And in case you didn't hear that, artists weren't paid for their work working for Globie.
God, has that happened? And because Tom Nook was not really keen on conversation with that kind of workers, the villagers had to do the conversation for them. Did a certain penguin leave because of the builders? I will not expand on anything regarding that villager because I don't know that villager's wish.
By villager, she's referring to the other talent that was in Globie. And the mention of a penguin can only be Pippa Pibblesworth, because Pippa was a penguin VTuber.
So I will say I do not know which villager you're talking about. All I can say is I hope that all of the villagers are aware of their rights and are aware that non-complete have to be defined in a very thin area when you follow European laws, especially France laws. They have to be very specific regarding what you have to do. They have to be very specific regarding what you can't do, and they have to include financial compensation. And no, writing universally doesn't work. That kind of destroys it.
So on top of that, you had to sign a non-compete agreement that after she leaves, she may not work in the same industry for a very long time. And non-competes, they do exist in very, very rare cases in European countries. We can't say in Europe because Europe consists of very many countries and they all have separate laws. But enforcing non-competes in European countries is next to impossible, with very few exceptions. So I don't know what they were fucking trying to do with that one.
And I really hoped Tom Nook would not do that, because there's so many villagers on that island. And I told Tom Nook, I've tried to advise Tom Nook since the beginning. I think everybody remember, but personally, I'm bad at remembering birthdays of my villagers on my island. I mean, there's so many villagers. It can't be helped, right? And I only knew the first 3 villagers I ever met, the closest ones to my home. And when we learned that Tom Nook would only do one of the villagers' birthday, I said, "No, Nook, that's a bad move. It's either nobody or everybody. You can't do that. It's a really, really bad move, especially when we talk to you about so many things, And Tom Nook looked at me and said, "Oh, I see. I'll consider your thoughts." was like, yes, please do. And Tom Nook came back telling me, yeah, you know what? I don't think I care. And I said, all right, Tom Nook. But then you go with Isabel. You tell Isabel to make the announcement in the village, because the villagers should not do that themselves when it's a definite bad move. And Tom Nook didn't believe me, so he forced the villagers. You know? And so many times it has happened. So many times I tried to help Tom Nook, because also I think Tom Nook is a dick. You know? I still think the villagers are swell. I really like the villagers. I like animals. I think that's why. They're cute. You know, they're cute, they're fluffy. I love them. And it happened so many times. And I told Tom so many times. Tom Nook, you know. So many times. I'm not a professional at public relationship because I'm not in that kind of work. So I told Tom Nook, maybe we should hire someone that stands next to Isabel and that does good PR so we get more villagers to the island. And Tom Nook said, nah, it's okay. We know a bit about it. All right. Well, but I think we need someone who knows a bit more, you know? Someone who's made it their life job, Tom Nook.
In case you, again, didn't hear most of that, the VTubers in Globie have to do their own PR. They have to advertise themselves on their own. They have to be aware enough to be their own public relations representative as well, representatives for the whole fucking company at the same time. And even saying how bad and out of pocket that is you know, putting it very lightly. Because especially in the VTuber scene, you have to be aware not only of your own company standing, not only do you have to be aware of everything that's going on within your own company in order to make any sort of PR statement that rings and satisfies, you know, your core audiences. You also have to be extremely aware of the audiences that you do have and the greater sphere of the industry too. Because what message you're going to be transmitting to the general public is the message of the whole fucking company. You're making a statement for the whole company as you present them this way. So you have to be extremely careful, especially in an industry that is so prone to drama as the fucking VTuber industry. And entertainment industry in general is full of fucking drama and shit like that. So not having PR specialists, not having anyone for PR, just, you know, fucking winging it is a recipe for disaster. As you have already seen with the fucking termination notice that they wrote in there. Which is bullshit. and anyone can see that. Let's continue.
Tom told me, yeah, no, it's fine. Fine, we've got one of them, like Isabel's pal there. Isabel's pals knows what they're doing. It's fine. Oh, okay then. Why not? And then, you know, it feels like an actual builder running a house and construction. It does. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy that it does not stop there. It does not stop there. I tried to help Tom Nook. Good lord, I tried. I tried so much. The villagers don't know, of course, but I might be arrogant. I might be rude. That might be the French part of me. That might just be me having a bad temperament. Maybe I just have a bad personality that I have to work on. I'll have to think twice about it, you know? Because I can't be 100% in the right. Nobody is. But Tom Nook told me, you know, that if outside, like campus, if campus came to the village and wanted to give me gifts, then Tom Nook would have to pay taxes on those gifts. And I looked at Tom Nook. I was like, Tom Nook, what are you saying? What are you saying, Tom Nook? Sir Nook, that's not how this service works. That's not how this service works. And so I showed Tom Nook how. I showed him. And after months of fighting about this subject with Tom Nook, he told me, well, the truth is I kind of want a part of these gifts. And I was like, well, that's not possible, Tom Nook. I'm sorry. And so he said, well, then I guess we're just going to keep that limitation. Okay then. Okay then. Why not? And you know, the first time I came to the island, I looked at Tom Nook. I was like, so how many bells am I going to get? I'm like super far away. I'm on a remote island right now, like very far from continents, very far from Asia, very far from Europe. I'm so far away, Tom Nook. So bell-wise, how is it going to happen? And Tom Nook looked at me straight and told me. What do you think he told me? He told me, oh, don't worry. Here, see? I have 5 bells. You can have 2 bells and a half. And I was like, oh, thank you. But how are you going to do the half? He was like, oh, okay, let's make it 6. All right, 6. And I get 3 bells? Yes. Perfect. And then when I went to talk with the other villagers, I learned that well, actually it's not 3, it's 0. I was like, oh, but I was not told that. Tom Nook told me 3 bells. I guess I'm not getting bells from Tom Nook. Can't be helped.
In case you didn't know what they're talking about here regarding bells, bells is a currency in Animal Crossing. Talking about compensation, of course.
This is why I hate dealing with Tom Nook, you know? At the end of the day, I'm using tools that Tom Nook give me to make him bells, and I buy at his prices. See, this is why I don't like Animal Crossing that much. If I could get rid of Tom Nook and Isabelle and build my own island, I'll build it with hookers and blackjack. Forget about.
That's the first clip, and there's 19 more. They're not as long as this one, but they're very eye-opening. Clip number 2, which I called chargebacks.
Well, you know what? I'm in the mood to show you something very cringe. But you know what? Cringe makes content. So, let's go. Shall we? Let's go. Tom Nook. I'm sorry, Sir Nook. I think I didn't get the right amount there. And Mr. Nook, why did you charge back all of my personal things that I bought for myself with, you know, in the house? Well, that's because we decided you don't have that approval anymore. Oh, I see, Sir Nook. Oh. Yeah. This is where the singing has gone. So now you know why no singing, no. Absolute cinema, guys, I agree.
For relevance here, she's talking about getting she basically got donations for singing lessons, and then the fucking company decided to charge back on that money that she got because they didn't want her to sing anymore or at all. So nope, you're not gonna be singing, even though you wanted to sing as a VTuber for Globie's Generation 3. So they charged back the shit that people paid for. Fucking brilliant. Rag pull. Clip number 3. I called this one Frail Ego and Stomping the Rebellion.
And I might have said to Nook, to his face, Mr. Nook, I don't like the way you talk about my father. I don't like the way you believe a fiction to be real and try to have my visa revoked on it. I really don't like that I have to fight. I think you're a terrible human person, and I want out. And that was my last communication.
Here she's referring to the fact that one of the newly hired managers over at Globie that was in charge of Generation 3, he believed that a part of VTuber lore, a part of a bit that she presented during one of her streams, with her having supposed ties to fucking mafiosos, as if her father was a mafioso. And apparently, according to that manager, that newly hired manager, that was real. He actually understood that as it being real, and decided to give shit to her for that, and essentially disrespect her father. Mind you, her actual father is deceased. Yes, that's what happened. Too long didn't read on that one. New manager gets hired, takes a VTuber lore bit as it being real. It involves her father having ties to the mafia. Fake ones, of course, because it's VTuber shit. But he takes it so seriously and gives her shit for that. Her actual father is no longer alive. And the manager shits on her father at the same time.
Unfortunately, for some reason, Tom Nook didn't look at me, you know? He didn't look at me. He was like, who's that behind you? I think I don't like her. No, she did nothing. Really. He said Tom Nook, I Tom Nook to that person. Like, yeah. Oh my god, that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. I was talking with Tom Nook, and there was a beautiful villager by my side. There was a lot of villagers by my side, you know? But they were very, very, very terrified because Tom Nook is kind of scary. I knew I wanted to get out of the island. I wanted my own island with blackjack and hookers, especially blackjack. I prefer the blackjack. I love gambling. But I don't know what the fuck happened. Tom Nook looked past me, you know, like directly past me and said, "You." I don't know why. I have no idea. Like, there was a huge tunnel vision there. I swear to God. Good job for being a European works rights. And freaking right leaning. I'm sorry, I don't know much about politics. I haven't followed anything, so I can't talk about that. I don't know if politics have an effect on this site. I'm sorry. Can we get a magic match with Tom Nook, where both sides with everything and the pink lady gets her fames? And I think, you know, I know that I would absolutely blast Tom Nook at Mahjong, so I did. I wanted to do words with Tom Nook, but Tom Nook has such a very fragile ego that he would rather make the whole island go down than sit down and talk and hear that he's wrong. All of these could have been averted with words. But Tom Nook sitting there and hearing that he's wrong, he didn't like it. And you know, a long time ago, a bit before Valentine's Day, when love was not really in the air, people really wanted to like put hearts and the likes all over the island, you know. And Tom Nook liked the idea, so everybody was on board. It was a happy story, a happy time. And then Tom Nook came and said, "Oh, by the way, I want to break my contract regarding the bells, and I think I want you guys to do that. So the villagers looked at Tomoko like, are you okay? No. No, we don't want to do that. That's not, that doesn't sit right. But I understand you work hard on it, Tom Nook, so how about we get together, think about it, all of us together, and so villagers all gave their ideas for how to improve it. And Tom Nook said, I understand. And then he came back the next week and said, all communication in group is now forbidden. Ah, okay, Tom Nook, so what do you mean? I don't understand. Group communications with staff, Tom Nook and Isabel, myself, is now forbidden. It's only one by one without information shared to others. Whoa, Tom Nook, are you sure that's legal? Bro. Yeah, no, honestly, that Tom Nook's island is there's so many layers of wrong that I'm not sure which one I can start from, and I'm sorry I've been all over the place. You peasants are rebelling. Oh, that makes me think. I think I used AI once. I think I used AI once. It should be here? No. Not that I can't read, that is no. One second, I'm sure I've used AI for the good ones. I might have stumbled upon an AI story that reminded me of some Nook's Island. Time to lawyer up. Yep. I know. But you know, that's the sad thing. Tom Nook is so used to people who are new in the industry, in the workplace, to people who are young, afraid for their careers, that he didn't account that I was here as a hobby and not as a career, and that I had already lawyered up. Tough luck, I guess. And I told him that. I told him to, Tom Nook, can we please talk and discuss that as adults? Can I please have an answer, Tom Nook? Tom Nook never gave an answer. And especially that slip of paper, you know. I did say, no, I'm contacting my lawyers. And, you know, at that point, when you give such an illegal piece of paper, and the person next to you says, yeah, I'm just going to contact my lawyer.
This thing.
You can't really act high and mighty, you know? The answer is, oh, I understand. Let's talk about it. No, what he said to me was, oh, sure, tell me when you're ready to sign it. No? 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 No! Just like, no? And that's where I blame myself, because for that piece of paper to come into existence, that is a very, very simple reason. I decided to say, hey, let's say we both have wrongs, with Tom Nook and Isabel wronging me hard, and me being rude to Isabel and Tom Nook, and I was told, alright, I'm fine with that. Let us both use words and say sorry, and sorries will be. Well, sorries never came my way, and then I was told, hey, do you want to be the scapegoat? No. No thanks. I'm not interested.
That's certainly fucking something. Because the managerial staff got upset with her, you know, actually valuing her job and wanting things to run smoothly. They got fucking butthurt about it and decided to make an example out of her. As if it's some kind of fucking concentration camp or some shit like that. Let's move on. Clip number 4. Square Mimi and Aspirations. This one's called.
I was definitely being rude, and I will admit to that. She has never been anything but polite, respectful.
Talking about Square Mimi here. By her.
Never even raised the voice. She was in a full state of confusion and misunderstanding. And that's understandable. She did nothing. Nothing at all. She was not rude even for a single word. Isn't that the gross black dildo woman? What is that? I'm sorry, I don't understand what that refers to. Just to show that it doesn't matter how you talk with those companies. So, nah, I don't think it's fair to treat all the companies as one. But I will definitely say that if you want to go that bad into the spiral, you better have a name behind it to, you know, to back up the mistreatment you're going to put people through. All I can say is that Tom Nook's aspiration.
Listen to this one. This is the thing I was referring to in terms of how is any color, how is Niji Sanji related to all of this. It's really fucking eye-opening.
Tom Nook's biggest aspiration is very colorful, and he has said so many times. Many times. Extremely full of colors. You know what I mean.
Which company's logo, which VTuber agency has a very colorful logo? I wonder. And who did Tom Nook, this piece of shit of a manager, aspire to be? Well, Niji Sanji, it turns out. Funny how that turned out considering what they did. I mean, if you want to be known for the same thing Niji Sanji is infamous for, you're doing an incredibly good job at it. Like almost to a fucking T. Fantastic.
I think if you know me, you do know that I definitely did not start say so, but I definitely was never a YouTuber. And maybe some random bro, but no one say you had my support. Thank you, bro. But I sent her messages. I'm worried about her too. Oh, I lost my my thought.
Next clip, because this gets even more retarded. Like, the Mafia stuff is very dumb. It's incredibly dumb even. But it gets dumber the more this goes on. Clip number 5 is called Permissions and Singing.
I guess for me, Throne, maybe, you know, I think you can see it on Throne now, but I put singing in there because I've learned that it's something that I love very much, and I call it voice.
I have to explain one additional thing. One way to support the talents over at globie is donating to specific presents or goals they may have on their Throne accounts. Yes, they were allowed to have their own Throne accounts, but there were limits to those as well. And we're going to be learning about that pretty soon. So one of these things that she wanted to have as Lilu is that, you know, to further her VTubing career, she wanted to get singing lessons because they were important to her. And crowdfunding those became one of the goals.
Acting adjacent. Of course, it's not exactly the same, but the emotion you put through voice acting is also something you want to put through songs. Now, I told you guys there's layers of nasty there. I have never been anything but truthful about what I want to do. I always wanted to show off. I think you guys know I wanted to do vlogs. I wanted to show off the culture I love so much. The temples I'm visiting every day. The food I find so delicious. Very trivial things. It's definitely not appealing to everybody. It doesn't need to be, that's content. There's no content that pleases everyone. Except Dolly Parton, but that's, you know, humanity's treasure. Anyway, that was taken away. No immersion break. So I decided to try something.
Yeah, no video logs that would involve her going to places outside of, you know, the virtual world of VTubing and the internet. Nope, can't have that over at fucking globie. No immersion breaks allowed.
Else, and just keep it to voice acting. And I'm still going to school regarding voice acting. You know? And one of my first questions, if I was ever to work with Tom Nook, would definitely be, will you take in charge the lessons I'm taking on these other islands to improve myself? And Tom Nook told me yes, wrote me yes, all of them told me yes, Isabel told me yes. And then suddenly, all 4 people who support me have been paying to hear that performance. I was charged back for the full amount, saying we revoked that approval. So, this is what happened. I'm truly ashamed. I couldn't tell people, and that people have tried to support me financially when it went like this. I'm really ashamed, and I don't know how I could ever repay you guys for this one.
Clip number 6. The backstory.
When I decided to start my career, my hobby, I started independently. I didn't have any inspiration, ambitions, or anything. I just wanted to talk with people while playing games. Because I find that... I hope she's okay. Because I find that enjoyable. I love speaking with people. When I was contacted, I presented what I wanted to do, what I wanted to show, vlogging, cosplaying, singing. That was one of my first terms. I was told yes to everything. Absolutely yes to everything. Free meetings, yes to everything. I was told yes to all of this project wants to. All of the preparations I have put in that first backstory that I told you about. I paid for the full price out of my own budget. Not a single dollar of help. I paid the full price after getting approvals. It cost me close to $1,000 because you have to use artists and a lot of things when you want to make comics and manga. There's a lot of organization going on, a lot of scheduling. Then a new person was hired and believed that my backstory was the truth, was 100% real, and that I had mob ties because I presented the dad in that story as the typical "so your dad date my daughter" meme. That is exactly what I did. I wanted to present that as shorts, voice act them to show off wholesome, cute, comedic situations with nothing but silliness in them, to cut viewers from hardship and the likes. I wanted to make an event of singing on the day of my father departing for the people who might be alone. That was refused. I have wanted to make a Christmas karaoke time for all the people that might be alone so that they can have someone in me. For the very simple reason that I don't have family anymore. And no matter who you lost, whether it be family or friend, I thought it would be a nice way to bond with people. Although maybe too much, but you know, I didn't need to give all that information. And all of these I have presented as my first-hand projects, and I got a very simple question. Oh, isn't that going to dox yourself? So I answered truthfully. I said, oh, it's alright. Unfortunately, all of my family has passed, and so nobody will ever think it's them seeing those comics. And I was told, oh, okay, understandable. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, no, don't worry, it's been years. 3 days later, I was contacted by way higher up the line, and my father's memory has been baffled, disrespected, insulted in the lights you would never see. My upbringing brought into question, and telling me that I would come armed was definitely, you know, while I was hearing that, while I was hearing them telling me that I was an armed, dangerous mob person, a mob captain, a capo, I was at SeaWorld and I had just won a plushie of an orca, and I was just, slurping my orca-shaped ice cream, and I don't know why I had such a diva. I was like, oh, am I dangerous? I had almost 3 plushies on me with like the keychains, a lot of like merchandise, and they were telling me that I was dangerous. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm dangerous? What? What is going on? And I decided that it would be a slight for my mates if I was to go out so early, and that people would raise questions. So I pleaded, saying, yeah, you know what, I'll stay here, let's agree. We both have wrongs and try our best with communication. And they told me yes. I've never gotten any apology regarding that. Not a single apology regarding that. When I brought it up last, before all of these, and the reason, before all of this, saying, you know what you did? You've said that I've bullied you, and you've said all those horrible things about my father, my upbringing, myself, my backstory. You thought my backstory was real.
They painted themselves as victims of bullying. They said that she bullied them, not the opposite.
You thought a VTuber backstory was real. Do you realize the disrespect? And the answer I got was, what? They thought I was bullied by you? No, that's not where you should be offended, bro. That's not where you should be offended. Definitely not. That's... Eesh.
Retarded, isn't it? It gets worse. It's sad, but it's also ridiculous how bad it can get. Clip number 7, the last message.
You know, one of my last message, vocally, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't have any written proof for this one, was, do you realize that you're going to destroy a company for your ego because you can't sit down and communicate? That was my last ever message vocally. I was never told anything. He hung up on me. He hung up on me. See you later. Thank you so much. Kamiyoshi, oh my god. You flattered me. Why is...
Yep. They didn't even have the balls, to tell her that she's fired. Just hang up on her like a child. Who the fuck runs that company? Who's fucking employed by that shit? Clip number 8. Incompetent men children. This is gonna be fun.
There's so many people who rely on them, and did they not think of the optics? No, I wish I was other. I was exaggerating when I say that this is all due to someone's ego because they can't communicate. This is literally all because of one man-child. And I even sent them a mail. God's sake, I told them this is very unlawful. Please contact me ASAP. We can still talk about it. I even quoted them the clause. Good lord. I know my contract by hurt. Nepo hire go bankrupt. Well, all I can say is that the higher up of Tom Nook did tell me when I complained that Tom Nook was maybe not the best choice and that there were a bit of an issues with artists and the like not being paid, that maybe someone should check Tom Nook at times. And the people who hired Tom Nook told me, no, don't worry, I know him very well. Even recently we went for beer and pizza. I was like, oh. A professional distance, guys.
Yep, Nepo hire. Nepo hire and cronyism.
Nipple babies are known for massive, fragile egos. I know. Now, I want you to imagine something. Okay? Let's put ourselves in January. Let's put ourselves on the 5th of January, you know? It's extremely specific, you know? And you talk with someone and you're like, are you sure you know what you're doing? Do you know about that very, very, very popular green-haired girl from that very, very big company that's about to graduate? And they tell you, what's that?
Talking about fauna.
I'm sorry, you don't? What about the one with the bunny ears, you know, blue hair? I'm sorry, I don't know that. Oh! Okay. Do you know about what do you know about? And they look at you and they tell you, well, I don't know much about VTubing. I don't understand why VTubers would be called generations. Why would you call yourself senpai and kohai? And you're like, why are you in charge of making merchandise, bro? Who checked the CV? Now let's put ourselves way, way, way back.
They don't know who Pecora fucking is. That's the funny part too.
Back now, okay? Way back. Let's put ourselves in 2024. And you're like, look, I can make money off YouTube. And the person who supposedly knows everything about that is the way up the chain, looks at you and says, is that a strike? No. It's money. Oh. And then let's put yourself a bit earlier, you know? And you're like, oh, I got shadow banned. Can we do something about it? And the person looks at you and says, what is shadow ban? Oh. Oh my god. I love that emote Sky Rainpuff. Thank you so much. So, I'm not the best placed when it comes to VTubing. I would not say I'm a database of knowledge, but maybe a few things at least. Maybe at least basics of Twitter or basics of YouTube. I find that very fishy. Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's not GP management. That's yeah.
So to reiterate, managers that can't tell fiction from reality, already a pretty fucking big thing to have as a trait. The other thing is not knowing anything about VTubing whatsoever. And three, not knowing anything about anything, it seems. That's their managers there. Like, that's like road to success, isn't it? With these kinds of employees. Next clip. Clip number 9. Communication verboten.
Mm. This is worse than anything we expected. A lot of layers. A lot of layers. It's not that there's no communication, it's that communication is basically forbidden. The last time communications attempts were made as a group, guidelines were made that no group shall ever rise against management, and that issues shall be reported personally, privately, without being talked about. Or else, you know.
Again,
So,
fucking concentration
I've been
camp.
raising my voice about that, and about many issues since that rule, personally.
Clip number 10. Chasing Amy.
It's crazy how they can just pull the rug under without notice. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I even emailed them about that. Legally, they can. It's literally written in their own contract, and they try to spin it otherwise. They spin it in the way that I never wanted to interact with them. I was running after them to graduate. What the? What is going on? Good luck to your work meeting, Fane. Thanks so much. I know you've been a sweetheart since the day I saw you on my first ever stream. The contract, my ego is bruised. Yeah! Yeah! That's it. I even mailed them before they went public, you know, before they went to the public. I said, guys, you can't do that. You're in severe breach of your own contract. I quoted the clauses too. I tried to contact them. I tried to call them. I tried to avert the course of this. I was rushing against
He's French.
time because literally all I knew was from the mouth of someone else that in 6 minutes there would be an announcement. I tried to rush against time. You know, it's funny that they do graduation so fast, if we can call it graduation, when you know that we've been running after them during our debut, saying should we tweet or not, and 1 hour later, the answer to is, oh, by the way, don't tweet. Well, too late, bro. We were left on our own since the beginning. Heck, you think I was joking with my own unknown picture on Twitter? No, they messed up my account. I couldn't do anything. Yeah. Ah! Good lord.
Clip number 11. Cheapskates and model.
Well, I guess it's better you guys know that all of the games you might have seen me play, they are out of my pocket. I definitely was surprised to see all the chargeback from my singing. Yeah. You know, I find it very funny when you tell your talent, she's you know. Tom Nook looked at me straight in the eyes and told me, no, I will not accept what you want to do because you're 1.94 pounds out of budget. And when I was like, oh, by the way, I have 300 left over, they were like, oh, yeah, no, not anymore, gone. Will you make rent? Don't worry about me, I'll be working. What does that company even did for you? Well, I asked them that exact same question. I asked them, what have you done for me instead of to me? Why am I bound these way? You know, when I first went on Tom Nook's island, first I didn't know any of the villagers. You know, I was just doing the quests Tom Nook gave me, like, hey, go get that rug, go paint that flower red. And Tom Nook told me, here, take these clothes. And I was like, oh, these clothes are kind of like childlike. They don't suit my size. Can I have some other, please? And Tom Nook told me, no, there's only these clothes. And I was like, oh, okay. Because I thought everybody was assigned clothes by Tom Nook. And then I discovered the truth when I made villagers. Tom Nook had a personal preference for that childlike outfit and forced it on me with a forbidden rule for any kind of changes. The reason was that he really liked those clothes, and I really didn't like them. Really didn't like them. I really did not want these clothes.
But yeah, you don't get shit. You don't get support to do the things you've been signed up to do as a VTuber in general. They charge back you on the things that you do get from your fans. Management is completely incompetent, and then you get forced to be a character that you don't want to be, and wear clothes that you don't like because the management likes them, and nothing else matters.
The lolly body, yeah, lol. I have nothing against lolly VTubers. It's just not for me. And you know, sometimes you don't know what people want, but the first, second, and third time I met Tom Nook before getting my house in the village, I was asked. Tom Nook looked at me in the eyes through maybe Zoom and told me, "Oh, what kind of character do you dislike most in anime?" And I looked Tom Nook in the eyes and I said, "Well, Nook, if you have to know, I really don't like lollies in anime. You see, No Game No Life. That's kind of like the kind of character I don't like. I'm not a fan of that, and I really like boobies. I like big sister type. I like mummies." And Tom Nook laughed and said, "Oh, I see." And then I met Tom Nook again, and he looked at me and he said, "Are you ready to see your new clothes?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And you know, I had the camera on at the time. And Tom Nook told me that, showed me the clothes, and I was like, "Are there other clothes?" And no, I was told, "No, these clothes are already made. You will wear them." I was like, oh. And then I asked Isabel, I was like, "Isabel, can I have some other clothes?" And Isabel looked at me and said, "I think they suit the way Tom Nook first saw you when before you even met." And I was like, but Isabel, the first voice message I sent to Tom Nook, I did it as a dirty teacher." And she was like, "Oh, well, it can't be helped." Oh, I see. I hope you're okay. Thank you very much.
Next one, clip number 12. Fixes.
Okay. I had zero input. I was not allowed any changes. Tom Nook looked at me and said, "Yeah, no, colors, everything stays on." By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but my classes had a huge defect. When I moved, the pinky blushes on my class was moving away. And I told Tom Nook in November, and I was like, "Hey, can we please fix that?" And I told him again in December, and in January, and in February. And 2 weeks ago, I told Tom Nook for a message, and Tom Nook answered me with another question regarding that. And 1 hour later, I was voice chatting with Tom Nook and other villagers, and I was like, "So, Tom Nook, I've been asking since November. My classes have a huge issue. Can we fix that? And he told me, I shit you not. Well, that's the first time I hear of that. Nuke, sir? I've been after you since a long while. Isn't that crazy?
See, that's the recording problem. That's a Twitch jump scare. Right there. Shit happens like that when it records commercials as the stream happens. But you see, even the fixes to a completely broken model feature couldn't get fixed because these guys just didn't fucking care. Clip 13. Where's my money, Globovsky? This is also a good one.
That whenever I had a stone, a shiny new fossil, I would be getting part of that fossil, you know? And I was like, oh, okay, fair. But I'm very far away, so is that still working out, you know, numbers-wise? And they told me yes. So I signed. And then when I asked them again, telling them, hey, a lot of people have been giving me fossils they found all over the island, but I don't see these fossils anywhere. They told me, oh, yeah, that's not really something we can talk to you about. I was like, but that's my fossils. I'm entitled to this part of the fossils. I know some will stay in the museum, but the double should be with me. And Isabel looked at me and said, yeah, no. So I went to Tom Nook, and Tom Nook told me, no, it's mine, actually. I'm entitled to say whether or not you get your fossils. Like, ah! And after that, and 3 days later, I appeared in the stream as a cat girl. Oh my, I think it's today. Oh wait, I'm lying. It's not 3 days later. It's 1 day and a half. Oh my god. Throw ooh. You want a ooh? Let me show you what they barred you from hearing. Ooh. Yep. So I told them, you know, I asked Tom Nook, why would you keep on making rules to protect Isabel, but not the villagers? And Tom Nook said, oh, I'm not doing that. You must be hallucinating. I was like, but Tom Nook, the timing seems a bit convenient, doesn't it? And I was left on read by Tom Nook. That's unfortunately the story of my life. I can't tell you much of what Tom Nook told me because my Tom Nook and Isabel were not answering to me. They ignored me completely. So I had to use another villager to talk on my behalf in a place where all of the, you know, the 4 villagers were interacting, you know? I was forced to use someone else's voice, seeing as Tom Nook and Isabel refused to interact, so it's a bit of an issue. And that's an issue I've been reporting to Tom Nook's higher up since October.
Yep, nothing was fucking working at that company, and I imagine the fucking manager known as Tom Nook, he probably got really pissed if she was actually reporting, you know, things that weren't working as well as they were supposed to upper management. I can imagine that if they cared at least a little bit, got a talking to, and that really bruised his ego.
That's the cutest you ever had.
It's not over yet. Clip number 14. He knows better.
Love them. You know my emotes? Yeah. Out of pocket. Everything. It did cost me a lot, and I love the artist. You know what would be a very, very fun thing for Tom Nook to do? I'm sorry I'm coming back on this, but I think this one is going to make people have a field trip. What if Tom Nook included in a clause in his village saying that fans of the villagers were not allowed to interact with villagers if they were to go to new islands or to their own islands. And I told Tom Nook, I told him, look, Nook, you don't really have the agreement, and that's not something anybody has any power over. And he did not believe me. I'm sorry, Tom, but you don't really have any power about that. Sorry, Mr. Nook. Yep. Yeah, I told him the same thing. Like, Nook, how are you going to enforce that? This is not enforceable in any country of the world. And Tom Nook looked at me and said, I know laws better than you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Sir Nook. I think you're very out of line with your rules. Who wrote this clause as a child? I think Tom Nook. I don't have. This is assumption. This is not based on true story or anything. This is a pure assumption. I think Tom Nook's contract drafters in the village are not from the same island. You know what I mean? They're not from the EU island. And I'm not sure of any place in the world where that would actually work. I don't believe there's a place like that. I truly don't. Truly don't. You know, a few minutes before I was kicked out of the island, because I was not understanding what was going on, I wrote to the villagers, what's going on? Do you guys have the same issue? Did you guys lost access to your tools? And they answered me, no, I don't understand. What happened? And then suddenly, the chat disappeared under my eyes and was like, oh, what happened? Oh, Tom, look, you're doing something wrong. Let me contact you fast. Please stop it here. This is dangerous. My God, Sir Nook, stop it. I hope Legal Mindset picks this up. Yeah. There's no atmosphere there because the atmosphere has been banned. No group communication allowed.
Clip number 15. Antisocial forces.
And then they told me, you know, the higher ups, they told me that they felt bullied and threatened by the violence I would represent, the anti-social forces that I associated with. And so at first I told them that that's wrong. And when I got that slip of paper that I've shown you on stream, I told them, but do you realize that even if my backstory was indeed real, let's go from that perspective, okay? Let's say that my backstory is real. My dad is still around and kicking, and he's part of the mafia. Firing someone on the base that one of the family members may possibly, without proof, have ties to anti-social forces, I'm sorry, you just get a lawsuit because that's discrimination. That you can't fire someone based on discrimination and defamation without proof. And my God, I told them everything, and oh my God, how? Like even if we follow the logic and we go with the story, like let's say it's real, that's not how it works legally. What is wrong with them? Is Tom Nook going to wake up with a horse head in his bed? Maybe, but not from me.
Clip number 16. No approval.
You guys know that I animated the whole Keroro.
And funny that you know, upon the stream being recorded towards the end, suddenly the audio became stereo again.
Opening with you know, 4 certain villages together, but that was rejected after I have done all the work. I wanted to make a cover of it because I found it fun, and it was fun. Unfortunately, I'm bad with digital art, so I animated everything frame by hand. Frame by frame. And then I put everything in my iPad. Because, you know, I can't use it anymore. I did. That's my issue. That situation. I did so much myself, and you know, you can't give me an approval and then take it back after I've done all the work. It's heartbreaking. Ban digital art. No. I'm just bad. I'm bad at digital art, not banned. Bad. 配信できました。はい。配信できましたわ。いろいろがあって辛いこともあったけど頑張ろうか。
So another thing, she made an animation for a project that she got approval for, and you can imagine how how hard it is to make an animation frame by frame for something as involved as that. Got approved for that, and then when it was made, they said, "No, we'd rather not. You don't have that approval anymore. Go fuck yourself, I guess." So, no matter what she does, no matter what she suggests, no matter how well she wants to do, she just can't do anything. And that really reminds me of what happened to Selen Doki Bird. You know, she wanted to do stuff, but couldn't do stuff. She wanted to further, you know, her goals and the goals of her VTubing career, but no, can't do that. You have to get approval from people that have zero competency and zero knowledge about how to get ahead in this fucking business. Really swell. If the rest of Globie's management is like this, if they don't have more managers, if this was only localized to Generation 3, then maybe there's some hope. But if this is all of Globie's management, and if all of them are involved in this, oh boy, how the fuck do these other VTubers even exist in this company? If they can't do anything. Jesus. Clip number 17. The deets.
Imagine having projects on hold since October. Let's laugh, guys. Let's laugh. But you know what? There's a very good thing out of this. There's a very, very good thing. A beautiful silver lining. Because with all the shit he gave me, I kind of became completely paranoid. And well, if Prudom needs, or I still have all the conversation, I might have downloaded my Discord data.
It's a good thing she did that, because there must be so much fucking shit that's very incriminating in text. But I do imagine a lot of the voice conversations and the video conversations they had, that's lost. And it seems that her management did a lot of those. And that's probably where the most incriminating stuff is. But I wonder if there's so much of that stuff in text as well.
I'm sorry for being a paranoid mess. I guess I was kind of proved right, but... I guess I was kind of proved right. But that's the way it is.
Clip number 18. Advice.
There are 3 PR moves that I told them very politely not to do. The apology, the forced graduation, the forced termination, I would say, rather than graduation, and the birthday. I told them on 3 separate occasions that it was not a good plan. Not once have I been listened to. I guess I don't know enough. Fair enough, I'm not a PR specialist. I think it's signable with my my current stream right now. I'm definitely not the best PR person, but if even I can see that it's a bad idea, surely other people better better than me that know better than me should know about it, If you just got in, this is wild. Rinji get yet. Well, at least if I went there, if I went for the rainbow, I at least get the name behind the abuse. I only got the abuse. Where's my rainbow? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
There you have it. If you want to summarize globie, it's like Niji Sanji just without the rainbow, with all the abuse. No fucking rainbow, but with all the fucking abuse. In a based. Clip number 19. Refunds.
If I can ask, I just received to Lilu. Does that go to you, or should I ask for a refund? Well, that's the thing. We got terminated without any explanation, any conversation, with refusal to be talked to at all, and refusal to leave anything in writings, which is a very, very, very bad area legally. But I'm absolutely not sure anything will come to me at all. I also asked if I could have access to the amounts that were sent to me, and I was told that I was not entitled to that. So if that gives you the tone for this. So.
And lastly, and that's the last clip we have for her at least, Tom Nook the Liar. And this is where
yeah. Hi.
This is where Square Mimi, formerly Hobo Barbie, has also become a guest at her stream. She had her own stream, which we're gonna be taking clips from as well, but after this one clip.
Hi Seely, hi Cutie Pie. It's nice to talk to you. You know, when this was all starting to happen this morning, I was like, oh my god, Seely, I want to talk to Seely. I can't.
I know. I was telling that, when we were talking with about Tom Nook, I told you as a last piece of advice I ever sent to you was, surely they would not, fire 2 villagers off the island at once like that. That's such a bad move for the island,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Well,
I was wrong.
We know that Tom Nook and we know that Tom Nook isn't very intelligent. So the worst happened. We talked about the worst never happening, but the worst happened. Tom Nook had such a problem with us on his island, and he just needed any excuse for us to go.
But why would he need an excuse? I made it clear that I wanted to leave the island to see all the seas,
And Tom Nook has let me know that I've done things bad via email, but the things I've done, I don't know what I've done. They're telling absolute. Tom Nook is a liar. Absolute lies.
Well, the thing is, Tom Nook has actually done an amazing thing in my mail personally, because I was never told anything, and I kept on asking Tom Nook about when we could have a meeting about me leaving the island, because I wanted to see other islands. And in the mail I was sent was and I've got proof of that, and and Tom Nook sent me a message, a mail saying that I was not allowed on the island anymore because I never answered their messages. I was like, that's I think you've got that reversed.
Yeah. Lies.
Mm.
Tom Nook is just a big liar. Why is Tom Nook such a liar, Seely?
I actually,
Why do they feel the need to lie so much?
I actually would very much.
Crazy.
I wanted a conversation. I'm very interested in that. Anyway, it's past. Now future.
Yeah, but
Let's see
it's
if
not
you have
even
a
been
Fugi.
12 hours since
Oh,
this
you have a
happened.
cute Fugi!
I'm-
And that was the last clip from Seely. Now we're gonna be moving on to Hobo Barbie. I have a similar amount of clips that they're a little bit shorter than what Seely had, but they're also very eye-opening. Hobo Barbie says a little less in terms of what was happening in globie, but the stories do align quite a bit.
To all the stupid online people that are gonna say why is she crying online?
This first clip is called Unhappy, which is very self-explanatory.
Listen, I've not got anyone. I've not got anyone. I really love people that have reached out.
And if you're wondering why she's still able to stream as Square Mimi as the former model, well, that's part of globie's incompetence. They fired a VTuber, but VTuber still has access to the company files and can stream as the model. So fantastic.
Friends that have known me as Square Mimi and have said that I can talk to them, but it's not that easy. It's not that easy to talk, you know. But at least here it's just me talking to myself, pretty much, you know. This doesn't have to be the end, Barbie. I don't want to be called Barbie. Please keep calling me Mimi. I don't want to be called Barbie. I wanted to let go of Barbie. I feel like I'm going through fucking denial right now. I'm just like, I'm going back to stream. I'm going back to my Square Mimi schedule later. I don't know what Lilu said, but I don't feel it's right for me to say anything on for her either. But I've been really unhappy in globie. They've been extremely abusive, manipulative, gaslighting. Trying to think of the terms. As I said, I'm not very... You know, as an example, you know that statement? You know that statement that came out last week? How there's been a lot of backlash.
The statement that she's referring to, let me just dig it up, refers to one of the streams that she had as Square Mimi when she was still employed at globie, and during that particular stream she criticized globie for their actions, for their management stuff, and later on she had to essentially apologize for it in this tweet right here. Let me read that real quick. Hold on. Let me delete something over here and get this one up. This is what she had to say. And I do believe just fucking management wrote that for her. Just to make sure that it's as groveling as possible. Square Mimi says in an official statement, please read the attached apology regarding the situation from last month. So yeah, it's not even a recent thing. You had to apologize for something she did on stream a month ago from the date of this post. Dear Square Mimi channel community and the globie supporters. Yeah, it's definitely written by them, not by her. I wanted to take a moment to speak about the situation that happened last month. What was said wasn't professional of me, and I am very sorry. Not just to my community, but also to my senpais and genmates. Appreciate the kindness and support you've shown me. It truly means a lot, and I'm thankful for how much you all care about us here at Globie. That said, I'd like to ask everyone to please avoid sending any negativity towards management team at Globie. Oh boy, that's not something that's gonna be prevented, especially after the 2 terminations recently. Brave Group or anyone involved. I don't condone any behavior like this. All of my decisions were entirely at my own, and in hindsight, I should have spoken to management before speaking. After speaking, I chose to take a step back and reflect, talk to management, and since then, I wholeheartedly regret my actions. I'll be more thoughtful about how I engage with my content moving forward. I'm committed to fostering a culture of creativity, respect, and support. I'm sure that this has been on all your minds. I would like to hope you can all understand that as well as what I have said. I wish to move forward to a more positive future with both my community and with Globie. Sincerely, Scream Mimi channel. not a Scream Mimi, but a Scream Mimi channel. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking believe that's written by her. Scream Mimi channel. Oh, fuck these people. Let's continue.
People either saying what happened or fuck management. Well, management basically said this was Square Mimi's idea and blamed me. Where is Lilu here? Silly Lilu, are you here? Mods, are you able to mod Mimi, not Mimi, Lilu if she's here? Lilu is still alive. Okay, sorry. I thought I saw someone, but I don't know. Listen, if you think you've seen it bad in Niji-Sanji, wait till you hear about the shit that happens in Brave Group.
Next clip. In the dark.
And so if you're wondering why Globie has decided to split ways with me, I don't know. Literally, I don't know. I wish I knew. Please, no one apply to Globie. Please don't apply to Globie. Don't apply to Brave Group in general. Cancel your memberships, please. Get refunds for your memberships from Square Mimi, from Lilu. I mean, obviously, no, I won't speak for her actually. Please if you can, get refunds for memberships for Square Mimi. Don't let them have any of your fucking money. They don't deserve your effort.
Clip number 3. Determination.
At 7 p.m. last night, I got a message from one of my managers asking if I could have a meeting with them and some members of upper management. I didn't see it because, you know, after business hours and whatnot. I've also been taking a break, so I've been resting up. I saw their message at 2 a.m. and I obviously didn't expect to reply immediately because it was 2 a.m. But I messaged at 2 a.m. and I said, "What is this regarding? Sorry." They messaged at 7 a.m. when I was asleep because I managed to get to sleep at 6 a.m. As I said, I didn't manage to sleep till late because I've been resting a lot and yeah, I stayed up till like 6 a.m. And I woke up to me being spammed by management. Are you gonna make it to the meeting? I mean, I can literally... Sorry, the tracking's gonna stop for a second. I'm not gonna quote this bit by bit, so to cover my ass legally. But I'm not gonna quote, but they were very vague about their response about what they wanted to discuss. They said, "Can you make it?" At 7:46 a.m. and then at 10:30 a.m. they said, "Please can you confirm whether you can make a meeting with us at 11 a.m. And then exactly at 11 a.m. they said, "As we have not received a response, we'll reach out via email." I responded saying that I'd like a more specific answer for the meeting. And I also said, furthermore, I need at least 24 hours notice. It's not fair to email me after 7 p.m. on a work day and expect me to respond immediately. This specific person is obsessed with business ideals and they can't even... I don't know. I've received an email with the termination now, by the way. They've said that I broke 2 clauses. I don't know what clauses I've broken. I'm gonna need to go over the contract later and have a look, but I don't know what I've done. I don't know what I've done. I've not talked about anything internally. I know that I had that stream last January where I talked about my upset with management after Pippa graduated or was announced that she was graduating. Lily was trying to avoid even saying globie and calling them Tom Nook Inc., so please be careful as possible legally. I don't care. I don't care. What can they do? Seriously, what can they do? They have broken contract by terminating me immediately, and Lilu, for no reason at all. They have broken contract. I just feel like I'm going... this is probably really fucking melodramatic, but I feel like I'm going through the fucking 5 stages of grief.
Next clip. Clip number 4. The contract.
Yeah. Listen, our contract isn't even enforceable in any country. It's not. A lawyer has gone over the contract. I have had a lawyer go over the contract. Not my lawyer, but a lawyer has gone over the contract, and it is not enforceable in any country. Quote unquote, in any first world country. I want to say again thank you to everyone being so kind. I know it's probably... I know it's probably not a good idea for me to be venting to you guys, but I don't know who else to talk to.
And then clip number 5, which is aptly titled "Fuck You." This is where she switches back to her old model. You know, because streaming with the older company model that, still belongs to Globie would be, and continuing to do so would probably be a bad idea, as things are concerned. So she moved to her older one. And then most of the rest of this stream, which was like in total like over 4 hours long, she talked less about her experiences and more about her mental state, and she was just usually joking around, trying to get some handle on her mental state in order to feel better about all of this. But during those moments, she also mentioned a lot of stuff about the Globie. Let me read that super chat real quick. Alex Halo, thank you for the 5. Fishman hiding in background, ready to add more sad and or / unstable girls to add to his collection. The second Pippa, if he can handle a second one, XD. Well, I don't know if any of them are gonna go there, especially after all of this. I think such an experience with the world of corporate VTubers would, leave a bad taste in your mouth, and you'd rather make it as an indie. But yeah, let's continue with clip number 5, called, again, "Fuck You."
I really doubt that they're not... I really doubt that they're going to be watching this. And if they are, fuck you. If you're watching this, management, fuck you. You have treated me like shit. You have treated the talents like shit. Fuck you. Get fucked. Die in a fucking hole, okay? For all the fucking shit you've put me through, and everyone at Globie. I don't give a fuck if they try to get mad at me for legal stuff, okay? I don't give a fuck, okay? There is so much that they have done to us that they could never win. They could never win a legal battle from everything they've done. I say fuck Globie, by the way, but please still keep supporting. I can't even call them my senpais anymore. I can't even call them my senpais, but please keep supporting everyone, the talents. I say fuck you, Globie, but that's aimed to the management. I love everyone in Gen 1. I love Reina. I love Pippa. I love Taring, I love Bjorn. I love Luca. I know I never got to meet Bjorn and Luca, but I always thought they were really sweet whenever I watched them before I debuted as Squirmimi. I love Leon.
And then clip number 6, continued.
You know, I've said silly things, but we've had conversations, me and management. Everything was fine. I really think that they're just saying that I broke clauses as an excuse for me to leave because they couldn't. I don't know. Hi, just saw a post of yours. What's happening? Hey, so for people coming from Square Mimi, hi. I woke up this morning to my management spamming me about a meeting. It hadn't even been 24 hours before they decided to terminate me because I didn't decide. I decided not to join this meeting. I know that I'm on this account called Hobo Barbie, but I'd love if you still call me Mimi.
Then clip number 7. Experience.
Lilu's been by my side, supporting me so much because we've both been dealt such a fucking hard time by upper management, and we've had each other through this, and I really appreciate her. I appreciate everyone, but Lilu knows exactly what I've been through, and I know exactly what Lilu's been through. Listen, it's okay about Steam. It's okay. I don't really play that many games anywhere, and the games that I do play are games on my own accounts. Yeah, please go support Lilu, aka Sealy. Again, I'd appreciate if you guys still called me Mimi for now while I figure things out, but I don't really know what to do with myself right now.
Clip number 8. Notice.
I'd be willing to bet if they terminated you without proper prior notice, they probably broke and nullified the contract first. They didn't give me any notice whatsoever, so yeah.
Yep, no notice. As corroborated by Lilu. Clip number 9. The design.
As someone who I don't know if this is the right color. Oh my god. I'm like, I look like I'm trying to do like what do you call it? You know the main character from Kill la Kill, but she's got like the red stripe. I'm like the opposite of her, I guess. Human form activist. Actually, you know, I do have a lot of concept art left over from making the design for Square Mimi, because for those of you who don't know, sorry, I'm currently getting Square Mimi out as a reference for the hair color, because her shade of blue is so hard to get right. For those of you who don't know, although it says if you bought the globie gift set with the art book, it says in the back that the character design was by a different artist, but I made my character design by scratch. Yes, there was a VTuber illustrator that actually drew this model here. But I made my design from top to bottom. I worked really hard on it. I'd been in globie since January 2024. I applied in November 2023, but I got signed on in January 2024, and I spent a whole year up until debut prepping and designing, and yeah. So, you know, hopefully maybe there's some things I can keep. I mean, I don't think they can copyright no eyes slug antenna girl, you know. But, yeah. Beautiful pissed slime girl.
You can see it really fucked her up mentally to the point where she's trying to make her previous model look more like Square Mimi. If you remember what Lilu also said regarding her own design, she had absolutely no input on at least on the costumes and stuff like that. So it seems more like it's a lottery in terms of what you get, because Square Mimi here, Barbie was allowed to make her own design, which was later, you know, created into the VTuber model by a different artist, but still she made her own design. So the treatment is already different between the two of them, which is concerning for a company like that. Let's continue. Clip number 10. Context.
I don't know. By the way, if you're just tuning in and you're wondering what the fuck is happening,
Again, because she's been in a great deal of distress, just tried to add a little bit of levity to the stream, and ultimately she was just messing around with the model for an extended period of time, as you can see from the clock in the upper left there. Because a lot of these clips are very far apart, where she just doesn't talk about globie and talks about personal matters that are to a lesser extent not involving globie in any way.
yeah, me too. Just got fired and now I'm putting shit stains all over my lips. Me, after working at globie for more than a fucking year, because Jesus Christ. Waffle Mimi. You know, maybe I do just debut as Blue Waffle.
Clip number 11. Abuse and SOS.
Hi, Toph. Hi. It's so nice. It's so nice being able to talk to you guys. When I was getting locked out of my accounts, I panicked. That's why I made that tweet on Square Mimi, because I was like, I think this is it. I think this is my... Because for those of you who have noticed, I've been making a lot of SOS messages lately, and the reason is because of all the abuse we've been getting at globie. And I've been... The only way that I knew how to ask for help was to you know, as a DDLC lover, as someone who loves Doki Doki Literature Club and poetry, I was like, maybe I'll just hide things in the things I say. Maybe. So yeah. Hi. Hello. Hello. Welcome. The thing is though, like, as I said earlier, VTuber news expires quicker than a carton of milk. So the sad thing about this is a lot of people followed me as Square Mimi because I was copper, and now that I've been kicked out, terminated, whatever fancy words you want to use, I think people are only going to hang out because it's like, ooh, drama, but it's like, you know, it is what it is. Yeah,
she's right. Drama in the VTuber sphere has a very quick expiration date. Let's move on. Clip number 12, the spotlight and management, which is one of the more enlightening clips.
Can I just say, I'm very mood swingy, and this has been a big, crazy thing that has happened. So if I go back and forth on my things that I say, I apologize. But currently, you know what? I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to being away from globie. Globie has been nothing but bad for my mental health. And after everything I've seen happen within Brave Group and globie, it's like, even as Squamimi, I kept an eye on like news things about globie and Brave Group, but whenever I kept up to date with news, because I usually keep up to date with some VTuber news stuff. It's hard to keep up to date with everything because it's so depressing. And as I said, VTuber drama and VTuber news expires quicker than a carton of milk. So I tried to like keep an eye out on things to see if anyone was noticing problems within Brave Group and globie. But you know, maybe this whole scenario that's happened with globie terminating me and Lilu absolutely out of nowhere, maybe it's a good thing, because we can send love to the talents and we can send shit to management, because there are 2 people, maybe even 3 people that I can think of that are okay in management, but they're not good managers. They don't do anything. I
mean, globie and glowy. Glowies are also very incompetent. That's why they glow. They're very noticeable. These feds.
Them does actually do things, which is, you know, true, but you guys knew that already. But a collab with Sealy, a possibility, of course. And I mean, if Maeve and Sarah wanted to, then I'd love to do that as well. But, you know, I'm just a prom night dumpster baby.
Clip number 13. The meeting.
Last week, we had a meeting with someone from management, and this member of management was extremely rude. And then they said, Mimi, you are rude, hostile, and antagonistic. And I said to them, what have I said that is rude? What have I said to you that is rude? And they wouldn't tell me. They said, I'm not going to sit here and list out my reasons that you're rude, but I'm thinking it, Drew's thinking it, and many of the other talents are thinking it too. And I was just saying, what have I, over and over again, what have I said that is rude? What have I said that is rude? I even thought I raised my voice, but Lilu said afterwards that I didn't. And Sarah did too. I asked as well, because I wasn't sure if I had said something rude. I asked the girls as well, and they said I didn't say anything rude. I guess it was my tone. Because I was basically asking why we have a limit on £50 on Throne. And the reason they gave made no sense. So I was asking for clarification. And the clarification was just this member of management repeating the same thing over and over. And they were saying, I have been professional and honest and polite to you as possible, but Mimi, you have been rude, hostile, and antagonistic. I was like, what if I said that it's rude? I don't understand. Sorry, one moment, please.
Next clip, as you can tell, competent management strikes again. And they just want to have fucking slap fights with their talents, it seems, in conversations. Clip number 14, the delayed debut, which also shows a level of competency within that agency that's just not to be replicated by
Many
anyone
people
else.
have called me pun and clumsy, so I was like, I want my law to be silly and pun and clumsy. But in the end, it's actually very true, because as I said, I joined Tom Nook's island. It's a bit late now, isn't it? I joined Tom Nook's island. I was first signed on in January 2024. I'm basically a senpai to Gen 2. No, I don't know. But I was signed on in January 2024, which was last year. And I remember what was I even talking about? Yeah, they said, I remember I was auditioning for Gen 2 at the time, and I got to the third interview, and then they said, hey, so we don't have any more spots left in Gen 2, but we think you'd make a really good fit for Gen 3, because for Gen 3 we want to go a little weird, we want to go a little quirky with the theme for Gen 3. Would you be up for that? And I was like, how long would I have to wait to debut as Gen 3? And they were like, oh, we're planning on your debut being sometime in the summer. So I was like, you know what? This is gonna suck. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. But summer's not too far. I know that like summer is like half a year away. And I was like, oh, but it's okay. It's okay, because, you know, I'm excited, and, you know, I can prep stuff for debut and things. Why are you saying the animatronics get a little quirky at night? Am I the animatronic? Oh, is it because I said quirky? God damn you, autism folks of the FNAF community. I love you. But I remember they were saying like, so they were saying, well, we're considering debut to be either July or August. And I was like, you know what, this is gonna suck a bit, but my IRL birthday, my actual birthday, is in July. My Square Mimi birthday is not my real birthday. It is National Snail Day. That is why I made that Square Mimi's birthday. My real birthday is the 26th of July. So I was like, you know what? This is gonna suck a bit, but you know what? I'm gonna debut around my birthday. This'll be nice. And then it got closer to July, and I was like, hey, management, when am I going to be debuting? Am I going to get to meet my gen mates soon? Oh yeah, you know, sometime soon. We're thinking it might be pushed back a little bit. Comes to August. Hey, management, this isn't exact quotes, by the way. This is just me recalling the conversation off the top of my head. Hey, management. So it's August now, you know, you know, when we interviewed, you promised that I'd be debuting around this time. What's going on? Oh yeah, yeah, we're so sorry. Things have been going on behind the scenes. We've been focusing on different things, and we've had a restructuring behind the scenes. But it'll be another month. Another month goes by. Hey, management. And rinse and repeat until October, when I finally got to meet my gen mates, and then November, where I got to debut. So, yeah, I auditioned for Globie in November 2023 for Gen 2. Because I watched Pippa and I was like, oh my god, Pippa's British! She's a British VTuber! A corpo British VTuber! This is unheard of! This is crazy! I'd never seen anything like that before, so I was like, you know what, this is maybe the company for me. Little did I realise that Goth Mimi, aka the shade of black, was a little too close to representing this company. Bottle of water. That was actually going to be one of my VTuber name ideas as well. But yeah, they promised me a summer debut. That didn't happen. They promised me an autumn debut. That didn't happen. I mean, I think November still classes as autumn. So were the other girls from Gen 3 also applicants from Gen 2? No, just me. Just me.
So, sitting in the basement after getting accepted for almost a year. You know, getting accepted for a job and then not being able to do your job for a year, almost a year. Fucking fantastic. Clip number 15. Mental health. Which is important considering, as you've seen, she's been very disturbed by everything that's been happening around her and to her.
I was thrust upon this. This has been me panicking. I told them when I was interviewing them for this job, they asked me, I think they asked me at one point what my weaknesses are when I was being interviewed. And I told them that I have really severe generalized anxiety disorder. So I'd like to hope that they can support me with that. And they promised that they would and that they'd do their best to help. But I was terminated with no warning. All my accounts seized. No warning at all. No reason whatsoever. They've sent me an email saying I broke this clause and this clause. But I think they're bullshitting me. I think it's absolute bullshit. I haven't done anything. The most I've done is ask for clarification on a rule about throne with the £50 limit. And it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense in regards to taxes, nothing. Because it's our own individual account. But they were insistent because if people are spending more money on Throne, they're not going to spend as much money on Streamlabs. Jokes, am I right? Totally not the actual reason. I know I probably need a lawyer, but I don't know. I don't know how to start with any of that.
All the manipulation is just coming to the surface with all of this shit. It's just so fucking terrible. Just piles upon piles of terrible shit happening. Clip 16, community note.
The community note. Oh my god. The talents behind the VTubers. So this is the... Here, let me... Sorry, I need to sneeze 1 second. Ugh, bless me. Thank you for the blessings. This is the official post by Globie. I'm not going to read it because it's bullshit, and we did not decide to part ways mutually at all. I don't know why they're saying they're thanking Square Mimi and Lilu, because they have treated us like fucking peanut butter on balls or something fucking horrible like that. But the community note says, oh my god, it literally has our appeals. Oh my god. The talents behind the VTubers claiming that they were... The talents behind the VTubers claiming that they were locked out of their corporate accounts. The management informed them they are fired effective immediately due to multiple breaches of contract. But that's not even true. We've not done anything. They are lying. They are lying. Lies. Lies. Get community noted, fucking idiots. That's very funny.
And then, clip 17, the crimes, allegedly.
Only makes sense if I downloaded it and uploaded it as a black screen voice. It might take a little bit for me to re-upload it, because my PC's kind of dog shit. That's something else that I was also supposed to get help with. There we go. But you know, Tom Nook is full of false promises and fraud. Lots of fraud. So much fraud. Unpaid artists, fraud, embezzlement, all the 9, 10, 7, I don't know what people say. Yeah.
And then, clip 18, revelations.
It's like when we had this meeting last week, my manager said to me, Mimi, you are rude, hostile, and antagonistic. And I said, what have I said that is rude? And he was like, I'm not going to sit here and list out my reasons to you, but I know it. Drew knows it. Drew is another manager. Drew is the good manager. They actually do their fucking job. He was like, but I know it, Drew knows it, and many of the other talents know it too. I was like, how am I supposed to grow as a person if I don't know what I've done wrong? Because I haven't been diagnosed for autism or anything like that, right? But I'm someone who needs like direct... I need like to be told directly if I've done something wrong. I'm not very good with hints, unless it's like really fucking obvious. I'm not good with hints, and you know, we're human, right? Sometimes we say things that are rude or just not great. So I was like, what have I said? What have I said? But he wouldn't tell me. I said to him, because I started the quote-unquote rude train, I said, you have been so rude. You are yelling at me when I'm just asking for clarification on why we have a £50 throne limit. And then he started saying, no, you're rude. You are rude, hostile, and antagonistic. I'm like, what have I said? What have I said? Doesn't every VTuber have autism by default? It's part of the gimmick. Well, I don't want to say that I've got it when I'm not diagnosed or anything, you know, like I know that doctors sometimes can be shit and diagnoses can only take you so far, but like I'm specifically diagnosed with severe generalized anxiety disorder, and my managers knew that. So the fact that they've put us through all this stress, I was gonna say me, but I don't want to just make it about me, because it's not just me that this has happened to. The fact that this has happened shows that they clearly they're not thanking me. They don't want to thank you guys. So like if we read the community post, not the community post, if we read the post from the managers of Globie. Official statement from Globie. We regret to inform you that after careful consideration, by the way, not fucking careful at all, because no fucking reason at all has been given at all. We regret to inform you after careful consideration, we have made the difficult decision to part ways with Lilu and Square Mimi. We would like to thank Lilu and Square Mimi for their time with Globie and appreciate the support they have received from their fans. We understand this news may be disappointing. We appreciate your understanding and continued support, Globie management. Absolute fucking bullshit. They don't appreciate your support. They are not thanking me and Lilu. They don't appreciate you at all. They are lying to your fucking face. They think you're idiots. They think all of you are fucking idiots from what they are saying. But you're not. You're all so intelligent and valid and wonderful. Fuck Globie. Fuck Brave Group. The fact that they're saying this after everything that they've put us through, and the cherry on the top, terminating me and Lilu with no fucking reason whatsoever. How is that a thank you? How is that a thank you or an appreciation of anything? How? They think you're all fucking idiots. Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. They need to be taken to justice. They have treated us so fucking badly. But can't you see? They're thankful. Yeah, well, you know what? When I get a fucking hard-ass turd out of my ass, I'm thankful it's gone. But at least it's gone. But it's still a turd. That's basically how they've treated me. Just a hard-ass turd that they're getting out of their ass. The hilarious thing as well is Globie has absolutely no PR. We have no marketing person. As you've probably noticed, there are so many errors in the audition applicant forms and the videos, spelling errors, all that everything. We have no PR. When Gen 3 was getting signed up, there was no PR at all. No one was even around when we were having our Twitters established and when we were debuting and having our things announced. No one was around to help us. No managers at all to help us. No one was fucking around to help us. Oh, there's Lilu's. Sorry. They don't appreciate me. They don't appreciate Lilu. They don't appreciate any of the Globie talents whatsoever. And they don't appreciate... I think I already said you guys, but my memory's so bad I can't remember. I bet Globie and Brave Group bought their talents. They do! They do! They do! They literally do! Brave Group and Globie bought their views. They do. They bought their views and their talent. They do.
This accusation actually dates back to something that many people have noticed upon seeing some of the debuts coming from Globie. A lot of them got an immense amount of subs, like almost on day one on their YouTube channels. Like in the tens of thousands, I imagine it was something like that. And a lot of people have noticed it. And, you know, they put them to task on it. Like, what's happening here? Like, I know it's normal for, you know, VTubers to get a significant amount of subs when they're first announced, because, you know, it's a novelty. People are attracted to that. New VTuber group, new VTubers, let's check them out, let's subscribe. But later on, if there's like a bit too many subscriptions on day one, and the VTuber actually starts streaming, and not even a fraction of those subs actually translate to views, then that's very suspicious. Not to mention that Idol, another brave group, you know, currently owned VTuber agency, lately got demonetized, like, completely. And I wonder if that could be part of it. Were they also bought it? Allegedly? I don't know, but it's certainly something to think about.
I can't speak for other coppers, but I know specifically for globie, they do. And I've just heard brave group in general. Allegedly. Perfect time to mention Pippa's still around. Really? Where is she?
And lastly, content. Number 19.
You've definitely noticed that I've not been able to release any movie-related content at all other than playing games and making references on Square Mimi. The biggest reason why I've not been able to do anything is because of upper management. Excuse me. Upper management saying that me using movie clips in YouTube will get me demonetized and banned. Because upper management isn't a content creator. They don't know what fair use is. They don't know what transformative content is. Upper management don't know anything about all that stuff. No matter how much I've tried to communicate this to them, unfortunately has fallen on deaf ears. Because they don't listen to the talents, unfortunately. And they have silenced me and Lilu by just getting rid of us. But, you know, fuck 'em. Brave Group is the new Niji Sanji. Spread the word, loud and clear. Brave Group is a black company. Loud and clear. Obviously, you don't have to, just if you can be asked. You don't have to say any of this stuff. You can just hang out and listen to me go.
You know, and that's the story for right now. There's another sub-story to this, because Square Mimi, Hobo Barbie right there, she made a meme. She made a meme video related to the latest trailer for the new Shrek movie. And she included a mention of Niji Sanji being a black company in there. And the Niji sisters got upset about that. I'm not going to be showing you that. I think I'll make a separate video about that, because these motherfuckers are always so personally offended when someone insults their fucking baby company. Like, they really, really get personally offended by that. Like their feelings got hurt that someone decided to shit on a company that did so many things over the fucking years, and they still act as if, you know, you insulted their mother when you dare to make a light joke out of them. So yeah, I'm gonna make a separate video from that, because this stream has gone long enough, and I hope it's been enlightening to what's currently happening at globie, and has been happening for quite a bit. The biggest concern of mine, and probably the biggest question, is, are all of these managers like for globie at least, are all of them in charge of all the generations within globie? And I can imagine, because it's a small corpo, so they probably all are involved with all generations. But that's my theory on that. So if they're so fucking shitty and competent on every single aspect of their job, how the fuck do they treat the other talents if these two got treated so badly? Like, what do other talents experience? And do they just endure it because they think they have no other options once, they leave globie? Do they think, are they being held hostage in some ways in there? I do not know, but it's certainly something to think about once again. Because a small corpo like this, a small agency, even though it's run by something as gigantic as the Brave Group, it's still a small entity on its own. If they're so incompetent, what's happening in the other shit? I mean, this is Brave Group Europe. This is Brave Europe. That's their subsidiary here. V for Mirai and Idol are owned by Brave Group US. They're under those guys, and I imagine they get management from them. I don't know how well these people are connected to one another. Do they talk to one another? It seems kind of iffy that they do, but they might be. If they would, then that's a whole network of incompetent people, managing these poor fucking men and women. I don't know what's gonna be happening with this shit, but this is not something you can live down. If you be so kind, you could share not just the stream. Share the accounts of the actual VTubers that we've been through this shit. And don't let these people forget what they did to these people. Do not let them forget that. And let this be a warning to all other people that would like to apply to, globie. I don't know if the situation is the same in other Brave owned groups. Could be. But if, globie is an indication of anything, you're probably better off just being an indie or hoping to God that you're gonna get into Hololive. You probably won't, because nobody does. You have to be an exceptional person to get into Hololive. You already have to have a very established popular career in order to get in there nowadays. Don't even think about V-Shoujo. That's not gonna happen either, considering who they hire themselves. Become a face beggar victim and join Face Connect, I guess. But even Face Connect had problems in his first year. If any of you are familiar with Face Connect lore, and there's even a stream or two about that. Face Connect had its own major problems that almost sank the company and almost made talents leave in their first year. So that management, these people that are in charge of all of this, they kind of, the talents may make the group, but what breaks the group, it seems to be the management. The talents make shit popular, but the management just fucking breaks it like a petulant child that didn't get their way and it's now throwing a tantrum. So there's your story about globie. Where's the money, Globovsky or something? Well, the money is probably in Tom Nook's pocket, and it's probably gonna stay there. I'm also interested, like, who the fuck these people actually are. I wish someone would name them so they can be shamed, because if they actually do behave like this, they do not belong in any sort of entertainment business. They do not belong in any business if they act like this. They should be fucking... if the things that these girls say are completely true, a lot of this shit borders on criminal, if not criminal. So there's a avenue to explore there as well. But again, that's gonna be it for right now. The stream has gone long enough. And again, do share these girls' stories with people, because Globie and Brave Group cannot forget what happened here. And they either need to fuck off or they need to change. Would be a better option for the talents that are already employed there if they actually changed and everything, you know, got turned around. So these people could have their jobs and live in peace. But as it stands, it looks very iffy to me. And it's probably not going to get better anytime soon, considering what we already learned that's happening in there. So thanks for coming out. I'll play you guys off with some decent music. And the next one is I don't know what the next stream is going to be. Something has to really catch my interest. I've been quite busy with a lot of stuff lately, and I need incentives to stream. And this was a very good incentive this time around. But yeah, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a good morning, day, evening, afternoon, whatever. Wherever you find yourself in the world, stay hydrated, stay off Twitter, and just be good. Bye-bye.